I call Brett Hudson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and Happy New Year to you. It's wonderful to be back here in our Parliament, particularly against a backdrop of an economy that continues to truck along at a great rate. Growth is still projected to be around 3% or more over the coming years. Thousands of jobs being created. In fact, on the job scene, Mr. Speaker, it's worth bearing in mind that this past week we have achieved record workforce participation levels in this country. We have never had this many people seeking work in New Zealand. And that is a sign of confidence, Mr. Speaker. It's a sign of confidence that people have in our economy, that they believe the jobs are out there for them and they want to get amongst them. And that's really the backdrop to the story of this national-led government, because this government is a government that backs New Zealanders to succeed, a government that is focused on delivering more opportunities for people to get ahead. And New Zealanders are keen to take hold of those opportunities. They see a government, Mr. Speaker, with a plan. A government that understands and is outcomes focused, that considers what do we need to do to deliver the outcomes we want, and then sets about providing the resources and the plan to deliver just those things. And the most recent example, Mr. Speaker, our Safer Communities package, that $500 million package announced recently by the Prime Minister. One that has outcomes of reducing crime, making New Zealanders feel safer in their communities, understanding that they have the resources to deliver those safer communities for them. It's not just a number of police officers plucked out of thin air with the vain hope it will create some populist positive sentiment such as we see from opposition parties. No, Mr. Speaker, when a government has a plan that is outcomes focused, it takes time to consider what would we have to do to deliver these outcomes, what resources will it require, and then it sets out that plan to the people to consider and to implement. So the government announced a further 1,125 police personnel, 1,125, 880 of which will be frontline police officers or sworn officers. Of those 880 sworn officers, we announced that 140 of them will be dedicated to regional and rural areas, such that 95% of all New Zealanders will live within 25 kilometres of a 24/7 police presence. Mr. Speaker, that 80 officers will be tasked on the Organised Crime Task Force, an area that helps to secure and confiscate assets from criminals and then reinvest those in reducing crime and the effects of crime. 140 officers, and this is extraordinarily important, Mr. Speaker, 140 officers in the area of child protection, sexual assault and family violence. A further 20 officers as ethnic liaison officers. And all of these are not just people, are not just numbers plucked, but with targets such as that 98% of burglaries will be attended within 48 hours, that over 90% of 111 emergency calls will be answered within 10 seconds by June 2018, that the police will contribute to reduce a 10% reduction in deaths resulting from family violence, and that on top of that, police will also contribute to a 25% reduction in reoffending by Maori by June 2025. Mr. Speaker, that speaks to a government that has a plan, that presents a plan, and doesn't simply go, what will make people think we care about law and order? Oh, 1,000 police or 1,800 police, as Winston Peters and Andrew Little seek to outbid each other for popular support amongst the voters. What do they really see, though? They see a government that has a plan, that appreciates what it takes to deliver outcomes and then sets forth those outcomes, particularly in a year such as this, which is so important. So if the government has a plan and projects the plan and puts that out to New Zealand, what are we witnessing from the opposition? Well, with the Labour, it's a return to the old faces and the failures of the past, when they think that Willie Jackson is the answer to their electoral problems, particularly as members know that, and the public know, that particular candidate has expressed very strong views in the areas of sexual violence in recent years. On side of them returning to the old, we have the Greens, who spend half their time arguing with their so-called ally. I noticed today that Mr Shaw argued about the investor-friendly provisions that the Labour government installed in 2002 with New Zealand Venture Investments Fund. And then from New Zealand First, banging the age-old drum of immigration, Let's build a wall around Winston Peters. New Zealand will pay.
Members' time has expired.